When we spoke last, I think it was in August, and you had just come out with your announcement with the keys, and you said in 2024 your prediction was that Kamala Harris would win the 2024 election. Are you sticking to your prediction, particularly given how the gap seems to be narrowing, particularly in the last few weeks? It seems like Kamala Harris is finding it much tougher today than when you made your prediction back in August.
My prediction has nothing to do with the polls. That's the mistake a lot of people make. You can take those polls and do with them what the great British philosopher David Hume said you should do to works of superstition, consign them to the flames. They're all noise because the error margin is vastly greater than the pollsters would tell you. They tell you, you've heard this, it's plus and minus 3%, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pure statistical error. That's the error you would get if you had a huge jar of green and red balls and you pulled out a sample to estimate the percentage of green and red balls in the jar. But human beings are not green and red balls. They don't respond to pollsters. They may lie. The election is not held today. They're going to change their minds. And the pollsters have no idea who's actually going to vote. They have to guess at the likely voters. That at least doubles the error margin to at least plus and minus 6%, which is a 12-point gap. It has to be 12 points or more. And that additional error is not random. In 2016, the polls underestimated Republican voting strength, which is why, in defiance of the polls, I predicted Trump's win, even got a letter of congratulations from him after that prediction. But based on what we've seen in 2022 to 2024, the polls are now underestimating Democratic voting strength. Look, I know the media has to slavishly follow the polls. You have to tell a story every single day. You got to make believe the election is a horse race with the pollsters keeping score. But my system transcends all that. It's based upon the presumption that elections are driven by the strength and performance of the
Mm-hmm.
White House party. That's why I introduced my prediction before the so-called Harris-Trump pivotal debate that the pundits were talking about.
Yeah.